Have you ever worn the sneakers of your dream? Well, you've come to the right show. I'm Michael.
I'm Hannah.
And this is the Sneaker Duo. Make sure you like, subscribe down below. So we got a fabulous episode for you today, and let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys. So as you can probably tell, today's gonna be a little bit of a different episode.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a tad. So we're actually going our 6 tips and tricks on how to increase your chances of winning sneakers on sneakers.
Yeah, if you winning sneakers on sneakers.
Sneakers
on sneakers. Yeah, if you have ever wondered how we get the Travis Scotts or the Unions or whatever other hyped ones that we've gotten, today's episode is just all about how we do it, and a lot of it is luck, but
yes.
Here's something that we do that might help increase your chances, I guess.
Exactly. I'm sure you've probably read in the past, but Nike does have an algorithm that kind of helps you increase your luck chances of getting a shoe. So I wouldn't say we've cracked the code, but I think we've done pretty well to at least increase our chances to get hit more often. Because I know I read all the time people never hit on stuff.
Yeah,
and they're always hitting.
I mean, to get 2 Travis Scott shoes for retail price, I mean, that's
pretty
hard
awesome.
to do. Yeah. Okay.
So let's
something
get into it. So step number 1. All right. When you get into the app, make sure you help set up your profile. So
don't be a guest.
No, definitely don't be a guest. Make sure you got your address down. Make sure you got your shoe size already put into it. Something that I found that seemed to kind of help increase my chances is that I put myself in as female. Congratulations.
I know, it's shockingly or not so shockingly, if you do put yourself as a female, your chances of getting a shoe increases by, I don't know by how much.
It increases a little. I mean, I think everybody's kind of seeing the pushes today through equality and through women's rights and all that. I think
Which are important.
They are important. They're very important. But I think it does kind of help your chances of increasing, I guess, your odds of getting a shoe if you putting yourself in it as a female. But if you do that, do make sure you adjust your shoe size for the correct shoe. So I am a 10.5 men's, but I'm a 12 in a woman. So,
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
I don't either. So to make sure that is set up appropriately. When it comes to payments, best thing really is just do Apple Pay.
It's just faster.
It is.
You just double click and that's that.
Just really streamlines the whole process, especially when it comes to later points when you have to do the non-draws, we actually have to hit it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
That's really comes in clutch.
Yeah.
So step number 2. This is probably the one that I would say this step and step number 3, I think, are the 2 most important things we're going to talk about today. So when you get the app, you need to be very active on it. Hannah and I can both tell you we're on it probably at least once or twice a day, just kind of opening it up, scrolling through, seeing anything new on it.
Yeah. And they you will notice too, especially if you've been on the sneakers app for any amount of time, they have these short little videos. It kind of reminds me of an Instagram story or something.
Yeah. And
what we do is keep those videos playing. We don't really watch a ton of them. But
pro tip, turn it on and hop in the shower.
Yeah.
We'll just play through all of them and then we get out.
Or dinner, because that I like not having phones at dinner. So
Same.
If it's away, it can be just scrolling through things, and you don't even have to watch it.
Exactly. Make sure you are liking stuff on there. Don't have to like everything, but just make sure you are liking at least some stuff occasionally. I probably do this more often than she does, but I always open up my app. What?
I said probably.
I always open up my app at different locations, whether I'm just out and about, at work, or the grocery store, whatever. Just kind of letting the app know, getting pinged from different locations, knowing it's not just sitting at a computer at home and I'm a bot.
Yeah.
Or something.
Do you share your location and all on the sneakers app, how all the other apps are asking to use your location?
Maybe I do. I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would help or not. That just popped in my head. Yeah. We did no research.
When you do find a shoe you like, make sure you hit the notification button to let them notify when it's going to come out again. I think that's, you probably know it's coming out, but just in case you tend to forget sometimes, it always kind of helps, reminds me.
I always forget.
Yeah.
And it would be 8:58 when they usually drop at 9 Central Time. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So yeah, I always forget. So the notify button is very helpful.
It is. And again, as you were saying, the videos that you're watching, there's one video that comes out once a week. It's usually on Sunday nights or maybe Monday mornings. It's a sneak peek at the week.
Mhm.
And always at the end of those videos, there's 2 shoes they always show. Not usually that most hype shoe of the week, but it's a shoe they're really pushing out, or I just really want people to see. Whenever that happens, I go find that shoe on the sneaker app and just go and like the button and swipe through all the pictures on it. So I feel like it lets them know like I'm actually watching the videos.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Another one that they do that I enjoy probably more than the sneak peek of the week is the sneak check or sneaker check. And it's just random people like all over the world, I guess, in different sneakers. And so I just like to see what other people are wearing and what they're wearing it with. And also I like those. And again, you can just keep them playing. They're like 5 seconds or 10 seconds long.
I like those too a lot. Something you can do too, sometimes let's say you find a really cool sneaker. Let's say it's a Travis Scott. Share the sneaker, whether it's with your spouse, your player 2, just show it on social media. Anything
you can do to show Nike you're a human and not a bot. That's what you need to do. Because they're trying to get away from that.
Yes, definitely. Number 3, as much as you say be active on SNKRS app, you also need to be active on the Nike app too. So make sure when you set up your account, you have the same exact account on both platforms. Mm-hmm. For us, we've been, I guess, true OG fans will know we took a nice 9-month break because we had a baby.
Yeah.
And we've been buying a lot of clothes for our son on there. And I think that kind of lets Nike know that we are not bots. We're humans.
Yeah.
And we're buying just kind of random things, aren't just only sneakers for resale.
It's kind of a win-win. Yeah. We get clothes for Jack and shoes for us.
Yeah. It's really a win-win. So make sure you are buying things. Don't just buy stuff just to hopefully get a sneaker. Make sure it's actually things you may need, or like wait for clearance or something. Just make sure it's something that you can definitely use.
Yeah, I will say, like, when the first time you did this, I was very skeptical, but he bought like a shirt off of clearance, I think, and the next day we got a really good shoe. Yeah, I can't remember which one it was.
It's actually the University
Blue
ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an awesome shoe.
Yeah, so it worked. That I think really does work.
I think so too. And also, you may not know this, but you can actually go on there and search for the sneakers that are going to be on the SNKRS app. That shoe will populate on the Nike app. So just make sure you like or favorite that shoe on Nike. And actually, if you tap the shoe, it'll redirect you to sneakers and open up the app. So again, just kind of showing like it's
another way.
It is another way. It's a closed loop. So make sure you are just engaging all the way around.
Yeah, that's good. The next thing, number 4.
Yeah.
Are the draws. Okay, so on SNKRS app, if you want a particular shoe or whatever, you will get like 10 minutes, I think is like the time allotted for you to enter a draw really fast. Since Nike is getting away from the bots, what we typically did was wait until the 6-7 minute mark, and then we were jumping on just to get the bots to clear out, because I think they were like mass exiting those. And so it was kind of like we got pushed to the front.
I don't know. I always kind of heard like a rumor, I guess, but like
it worked.
It did, but like I guess I heard a rumor that when the draw opens up, there's a mass influx of like bots just trying to get it. And I think Nike was not just like discarding everything that came in the first like 5 seconds, but maybe just like let's really pay attention to these.
Yeah.
And so maybe like those who did it later on got a little more
attention, I guess. Yeah. So now, since they have done, like, they're paying more attention to the bot thing, we do it in the 3 to 5 minute mark. And that is typically seemed to help a little bit. We're not like going to be the first ones on there. Now, the ones that don't have the draws, and it's just like you have to enter and get it really fast, then right when it hits like purchase or whatever, you're clicking it and you're trying to go through all of it, trying to be one of the first ones in.
Definitely. And so, as you said, that's our point number 6. So with the shoe draws that are not the draw, it's actually just like we got to get it immediately. You got to make sure you have good Wi-Fi. So that's really important.
Yeah. Panera Wi-Fi is not going to work.
No. My work's Wi-Fi is terrible, but so
it works well at the house.
That works much better on the house, which that's a key fact number 2 as well. So if you do have a player 2, you're doing this all with together, make sure you're not using the same IP address. So it's for me, like I'll let her use the Wi-Fi and I'll use just sell your data, and so that way it kind of throws off.
Yeah.
So they don't like, hey, this IP address has like a lot of people coming from it. Maybe it could be bots.
Yeah.
Let's block that IP address.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure that is not a factor for you.
Yeah. The bad thing about that is like where we live is kind of on a hill and we don't have the best like cellular data coverage. Wi-Fi is definitely better at the house. So typically you really have to get lucky if you're doing cellular data. So it is much better if you're doing Wi-Fi. Another thing that we did not mention since we're both on sneakers, when you set up your player profile, or I say player profile like it's a game, when you set up your profile on SNKRS App, since we have the same address, you might want to put your address in a little differently, drive or you're putting DR instead of drive or LM instead of lane, like that kind of thing, and just make it a little different.
Yeah, and don't use the same credit card either. Make sure you are using different credit cards or however else you want to pay for it. Just make sure it is different than your significant other, who else you're playing with.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helped you out, guys. It's definitely been helping us a lot. I just one other pair today, actually, of sneakers.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let us know if this helped you at all. Let us know some of your tips. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. Bye, y'all.